more? Aren't you helping them?
Huh?
Aren't you helping them?
I did.
They're still coming in.
I thought my group is done. This is still my group?
This is still your group.
I can go.
No, they seem to be figuring it out.
Okay.
So, good morning. Please be seated. So good morning, everybody. It is a great pleasure, as well as my distinct honor, to welcome you all and officially open the Departmental Convocation ceremony honoring the biochemistry and biology students in the Stony Brook University graduating class of 2019. Welcome first to this impressive group of graduates. Congratulations, you did it. Please let me also offer a hearty welcome to the family and friends of our graduates who have assembled here today to help myself and my colleagues in undergraduate biology and from the Department of Biochemistry and Cell Biology, the Department of Ecology and Evolution, the Department of Neurobiology Behavior, celebrate the accomplishments of our graduating biochemistry and biology majors and biology minors and master's degree students. We are also honored today to be joined by colleagues from departments in the School of Medicine, the School of Dental Medicine, and the College of Engineering and Applied Sciences. The faculty that are assembled here today have all been very active participants in the education of today's graduates. I know I speak for my faculty colleagues in saying how extremely proud we all are of the accomplishments of this group of graduates. They did it. While we're in the process of congratulating folks on getting to this very special day, there's another group that deserves an extremely hearty round of applause, and that is indeed you, the families and friends of the biology and biochemistry graduates of the class of 2019. We all know how important your love and support has been in helping our graduates reach this moment. I ask all of our graduates to join myself and my faculty colleagues in thanking the parents, grandparents, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, spouses, children, and friends that have helped to make this day possible. Let's give them a hand. So now to our graduates. You are all certainly aware of the work that you've put in to get to this day, but I'd like to make sure that our guests appreciate your accomplishments. Please bear with me for a minute while I bring them up to speed. Here you go, folks. This is what your graduates have accomplished. Our biology and biochemistry graduates will be receiving degrees from two of the most rigorous and respected undergraduate degree programs at Stony Brook. Biochemistry and biology also happen to be two of the largest majors on the Stony Brook campus. Indeed, this gathering is the largest departmental convocation ceremony at Stony Brook this year. As alumni of Stony Brook, this group of graduates will be alumni of one of the premier public research universities in the United States and will have earned a degree that is respected worldwide. This respect is not just handed out, but is achieved through hard work. More than 600 new freshmen come to Stony Brook as majors in biochemistry and biology in the fall of 2015. The students here today are the ones who put in the work to make it to the finish line. They can all tell you that some of their freshman friends, approximately a third of those who start on this path, are not here but opted instead for a different major. These survivors are joined today by a cadre of students who came to Stony Brook as transfer students. Indeed, the successful transfer students account for approximately a quarter of the graduates that are sitting here today. These students can all tell you that the biological sciences at Stony Brook are built on a solid foundation of math and physical sciences. Our biology and biochemistry graduates have all taken at least 2 semesters of mathematics, 2 semesters of general chemistry with lab, 2 semesters of physics with lab, and 2 semesters of organic chemistry with an additional organic chemistry lab. The curriculum in the biosciences include a rigorous core of 5 bio courses, including 2 labs that cover the fundamentals of biology, from hydrogen bonds, cellular physiology, and genetics to the evolution of humans and our interactions with the world and its global ecology. This comprehensive core curriculum is then followed by 7 different upper division courses with a deep dive into a specialized area of biology for the BS degrees in biochemistry or biology, or the completion of a minor in the liberal arts for those students earning the Bio BA degree. And then, of course, there's the infamous satisfactory completion of the upper division writing requirement. And P.S. to our graduates, Kira is here today and is still accepting forms for the upper division writing requirement. Not to brag on our graduates too much, but they are amongst the best and the brightest at Stony Brook. Those on the faculty and the life science at Stony Brook are frequently hear from our colleagues in the departments extending from Asian American studies, applied mathematics and studio art, to philosophy, psychology, and women's studies, that the very best students in their classes are the biology and biochemistry students. I do not need to spend time now further belaboring this point, as our graduating students can tell you science is evidence-based, and the accomplishments of this year's group of graduates will indeed become evident as we go through today's program. As you will hear, these efforts and achievements extend beyond the classroom experiences of a college student. Clubs, research, community service, work, and, well, just growing up as a person, a scholar, and an educated citizen. Not to steal any thunder here, but there'll be more on this later when we have the privilege of hearing comments from today's student speaker. So what does the future hold for our graduates? Today, we are honored to have as a special guest a former Stony Brook student who has come back to provide some perspective on the world outside and the types of challenges and opportunities that await our graduates. It is a large and complex world out there, one that is not fixed, but constantly in a state of flux and change. Our alumni speaker should give you the confidence that the education you have received here at Stony Brook has prepared you to not only meet the challenges you might expect, but has also equipped you to overcome challenges that we cannot yet imagine using knowledge that has yet to exist. Dr. Stephen Besson grew up in Forest Hills, New York, in a zip code shared by several of you here today. He first came to Stony Brook as a bio major in the fall of 1975, but left after 3 semesters, coincidentally after successfully completing 1 course in biology, a course that has evolved over the years and is now Bio 320, aka General Genetics. He transferred to Hamilton College, a small liberal arts college outside of Utica, New York, where he completed a BA in chemistry in 1980. He subsequently returned to Stony Brook for graduate school and completed a PhD in cellular and molecular pathology in 1992. The research for his doctoral dissertation was done in the group of Dr. Ken Marcoux in the Department of Biochemistry and Cell Biology. In this work, Dr. Besson used biochemical approaches to purify and then clone the gene for a novel transcription factor that regulates the expression of the MYC oncogene. Right? Bio 320 students, we've heard of MYC, right? Bio 314, we've heard of MYC. This factor was named MAZ for MYC-associated zinc finger protein. Indeed, I've been instructed by Professor Marcoux that it will be most appropriate to refer to today's alumni speaker as Dr. Maz. Following completion of his PhD at Stony Brook, Dr. Besson did a postdoc at Harvard Medical School and then left the academic world to take a position as a scientist at Millennium Pharmaceuticals in Cambridge, Massachusetts. His interests moved from the bench to the boardroom as he completed a law degree and moved into patent law. In 2010, he was recruited to be the vice president for intellectual property by Alnylam Alnilam Pharmaceuticals, a company also located in the Boston area that focuses on using RNA interference to develop therapeutics for genetically defined diseases. Alnilam is responsible for the first ever RNAi therapeutic to receive regulatory approval just this last year. And with 6 other RNAi medicines currently in phase 3 trials, it is not surprising that Alnilam was included in a recent list of the 100 most innovative growth companies by Forbes magazine. Dr. Besson, or should I say Dr. Maz, was recently promoted to become the Chief Patent Counsel and Senior Vice President at Alnilam. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Stephen Besson back to Stony Brook for this special day.
Thanks very much, Peter. I'm honored to have been invited to share my thoughts with you on this very momentous occasion, and also would like to add my congratulations to all of you for a job well done. And I should warn you also, I received a text from my wife this morning with some last-minute tips on what I should speak about today, and she said, first, don't be cliche, don't preach, and don't make this all about yourself. I said, too late? It's already written, so unfortunately, I'm probably going to be a little cliche. And since I'm a parent and I have a son who doesn't listen to me, when will I get the opportunity to have 300 young people who have to listen to me? So I'm going to preach. And I think of myself first and foremost as a scientist, but I am a lawyer. And since I didn't get a written release to talk about anybody else's story, and I'm the one I know best, you're going to hear a little bit about me. So again, I'll warn you up front. And I should start off by saying also when I received the invitation, I wondered, why me? I've had some success in my career, and I am a Stony Brook alumnus, but I don't have a national recognition, celebrity status. And when I look back at my career, I've stumbled at times, made some poor decisions. So thinking, do you really want to hear from me? And while I didn't really have, this career that I actually have now, planned out, and I went to law school when I was 40. So it's not like, maybe I'm somebody that everybody should role model. But then I thought, maybe it's actually appropriate that I do speak with you because I've achieved whatever success I've had in spite of the missteps. And I think I'd be a good person to address this group, and maybe I can pass along what I've learned, so maybe at least one person in this group can take away something positive that could help you as you embark on your career. So I apologize to the rest of you in advance. You have to listen to this talk, but for that one person who is going to take something away, but I promise to be brief. And then, after I accepted the invitation, I started to think, what advice could I give you or words of wisdom that would be relevant, based on my experience here at Stony Brook or any of the institutions where I studied or worked. And, my undergraduate degree was 40 years ago. My PhD I obtained almost 30 years ago, and my law degree about 20 years ago. And so much has changed then. The world is a complex place. Perhaps what I have to say wouldn't be relevant to any of you. Stony Brook is very different. I hardly recognized it. I'm not sure if I would even get in today. Science and technology have undergone amazing advances. When I started as a freshman, my pocket calculator was like around this big. I obtained my PhD, as Peter told you, for identifying, sequencing, and cloning one gene. Now for $49.99, you can have your whole genome sequenced in less than a week. We didn't have cell phones, Facebook, Instagram, or any of the other social media platforms that you use as your parents sort of discover and take over the previous one. And I have to say my son is still annoyed at my wife for ruining Facebook for him when she signed up and friended him. And again, when I was in college, every accomplishment or failure wasn't immediately transmitted to hundreds, if not thousands of people. Not every photo I was in got posted online and consigned to immortality. I could go on and on now about the differences between today and when I sat in one of the seats here. But then you'd probably start to look at your watches, wonder how many people actually turned down the invitation before they got to me. So I thought I should actually do something relevant and try to come up with, is there anything that is actually, that is the same, that there are, similarities between the experience that I had, 40 years ago and that you have now. And actually, I did. There's one guiding principle that's got me from where you're sitting today to this podium, where I have the absolute privilege of addressing you along with your friends and family. And it's a principle that I think, transcends time and place and is very simple. It's a belief in yourself such that you never let anyone define who you are or what you can accomplish. You'll have failures and setbacks along the way, but if you have an unwavering belief in yourself, you can learn from these failures and setbacks, and while you may have to take a different path than intended, the important thing is to keep moving forward. And if you have to take a step backward, do so while still looking forward. And I mean that figuratively, not literally. Again, being a lawyer, I don't want to say that I've advised you to walk backwards while looking forward. So, but I think you get the point. And again, this believing in yourself may sound cliche, but when I look back on my own career trajectory, I see this principle has actually served me well. My original plan was to be an academic scientist, and becoming a patent lawyer was the furthest thing from my mind. But a series of events, some positive, some negative, choices I made along the way, both good and bad, led me to this career and enabled whatever success I have. And I can say today, if I was a believer in fate, and as a scientist, not sure if I do, this is what I was meant to do, and I achieved this goal by never doubting that I would be successful, even when I didn't know what the ultimate goal was. I also don't want to give you the impression that believing in yourself is enough. It also takes hard work, and I have to say a bit of serendipity. Also, I'm not saying that you can do this alone and that your future is 100% in your control. On the contrary, we all need support, be it from family and friends, a professor, a coworker, a mentor, someone who can help guide you along the way, pass along the wisdom they gain from taking the very same journey all of you will take, or just be a sounding board, or sometimes the giver of a big dose of reality. I'd like to challenge everyone in this room to embrace this and fill that role for someone in your life. You can and will make a difference. And now here's the part that's about me. So I was an example of somebody who sort of needed help and got it, and it was here at Stony Brook. And I was fortunate to have faculty and staff here at Stony Brook who provided the very much needed support and guidance during my graduate career as I experienced some personal and professional challenges. And to start with, so I started graduate school and both of my parents died unexpectedly within the first 2 years. My thesis project was a complete failure after 3 years. These events were at some level devastating. I still never stopped thinking that I would ultimately be successful, and the thought of leaving the PhD program without a PhD was unacceptable to me. But I have to tell you, the path forward wasn't really clear. I wasn't much older than you were. I retreated into myself while I tried to figure out the way forward, and after a while realized I needed help, and fortunately it was available to me. There are some institutions that would have frankly cut me from the program, most likely, reluctantly, but they would do so anyway. I was lucky I was at a place like Stony Brook. My advisor at the time, Gail Hobbick, who is since retired, was incredibly supportive and encouraged me to take some time. I took a 3-month leave, and during that time spoke with a wide range of faculty members, some of whom didn't want to take a chance on someone who had a failed project under his belt, but ultimately connected with Dr. Ken Marcoux, now Professor Emeritus of the Biochem department, who actually saw that I still had the passion and motivation within me. And despite the baggage I brought along, he offered me a place in his lab. And with his support, I developed a new thesis project, which I completed, left with a competitive PhD, enabled me to obtain a postdoc position at Harvard Medical School, then a position at Millennium Pharmaceuticals, which at the time was one of the most exciting biotech companies in the area. So Gail, Ken, and numerous other people here made a difference in my life, and I actually never got a chance to thank them publicly, and would like to thank them. So, I think this is a real example, and again, I challenge people to reach out to someone, and you can really make a difference. In the last couple of minutes, I just want to shift gears a little bit and encourage you to explore all areas of science and technology as you embark on your career. Not everyone can be or should be an academic or industry scientist or a physician. There are other rewarding career paths you can follow using your science degree. The one I know best now is law. So in my career as a patent attorney at a biotech company, I protect the investment my company's making in the basic research and development to deliver life-saving and life-altering medicines to people in need, and we're utilizing a Nobel Prize-winning technology. And we actually transmitted that. It was an observation in the earthworm in 1998, and we had our first product on the market last year, and we're going to be having a new product each year, and they're revolutionary products. So without patent protection, often a company can't afford to develop the drug. So the work I do directly affects the access to innovative medicines. I'm not one of the bench scientists developing the new drugs, but my role is as important. I use my science knowledge every day, and I encourage you to explore all possibilities as you enter the workforce and talk to as many people as you can. And I think it will be you can have, again, a rewarding career, even though it may not be the one that you sort of set out to have. So as I stated at the beginning of my talk, science and technology have exploded in recent years, and talented, well-trained scientists are needed in many areas. Being at the bench in an academic or industrial setting, there's also careers in business development, law, and even public policy, working with the government to ensure research funding and support for companies at the forefront of their innovation. This is truly an amazing time to start a career in science. And so in closing, I hope that there was a simple message that came across, and it's, believe in yourself, seek out a mentor or be a mentor to someone, and explore what the world of science has to offer with an open mind. And I wish you, all the best of luck as you embark on your careers. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Dr. Besson. So now we're going to get to some of this evidence that I talked about. We'd like to recognize our graduating students for their many outstanding achievements, and we'll start with an award given by the Chancellor of the State University of New York. The State University of New York Chancellor's Award recognizes undergraduates who best demonstrate the integration of academic performance with other aspects of university and community life. This year, 14 Stony Brook students were recognized with this award at a ceremony held in Albany on April 24th. 5 of the 14 students, that's right, 5 of the 14 students, Chancellor's Award winners, are here with us today as graduating biochemistry or biology majors. The names of these students are noted on the back page of your program. Please join me in applauding these students for this outstanding accomplishment. The Provost is the Chief Academic Officer of the university and is responsible for advancing academic excellence across the range of programs in the colleges, schools, research centers, and interdisciplinary institutes on the West Campus of Stony Brook University. The Provost Award is given annually to a select number of graduating seniors who have shown true academic excellence, not just in the classroom, but in other ways as well, in research or creative activities, or in building an academic community. I'm honored to inform you that 6 of the 15 Stony Brook undergraduates selected to receive the Provost Award for Academic Excellence this year are here today graduating as biochemistry and biology majors. At the back of the Convocation program mistakenly lists the names of only 2 of these students, 6 students. In addition to Gabrielle Panicia and Radita Rakib, who are on the back, the Provost Award this year is also given to Ilona Feder, Amgad Goprial, Alexandra Narantsinis, and Lee Santor. Please accept my apologies for this mistake on the program, but more importantly, please join me in congratulating all 6 of these students for this well-deserved recognition. Stony Brook University Undergraduate Recognition Awards are bestowed upon students who have significant accomplishments above and beyond the requirements of their academic degree programs. Achievements of these students were compiled based on nomination materials contributed by university faculty, staff, and graduate students, and the awards were presented in the Undergraduate Recognition Award ceremony on April 22nd. The award for outstanding achievement in academic excellence is given to students who demonstrated a passion for learning that extends beyond the classroom. 13 of the 49 Stony Brook undergraduates recognized with University Recognition Awards for academic excellence this year were from biochemistry or biology, including 11 graduating seniors who are here with us today. The names of these graduating students are also noted on the back of your program. Please join me in congratulating all of these students for their distinguished academic accomplishments. As our students will attest, there is much more to life at Stony Brook than what happens in the classroom. Honors also conferred at the Undergraduate Recognition Award ceremony reveal that biochemistry and biology students continue to be active participants and leaders in shaping student life at Stony Brook. Our students received a number of undergraduate recognition Outstanding Achievement Awards, including Outstanding Achievement Awards in athletics, community service, and leadership. The names of the 9 biochemistry and biology students receiving these different awards that are graduating here today are also noted on the back of your program. The University Recognition Award ceremony also included different specialized area awards. This included recognition of biochemistry major Tekia Devria Israel with the Babak Mohavedi Senior Leadership Award. Please join me in applauding all of these students for their remarkable contributions to Stony Brook University. Phi Beta Kappa is a national honor society devoted to the promotion of scholarly attainment in liberal arts and sciences. Election to Phi Beta Kappa is based not only on high grades, but also on the breadth, balance, and proportion in the candidate's degree program. 4 of this year's biochemistry graduates and 9 of this year's biology graduates have been elected to Phi Beta Kappa. This accomplishment is noted next to the names of these students on the inside of your program. It is notable that this group of 13 biochemistry and biology degree candidates accounts for 20% of the Phi Beta Kappa graduates at Stony Brook University this year. Please join me in congratulating this impressive group of students for this accomplishment. Degrees with distinction are conferred upon candidates for the Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Arts degree who have completed at least 55 credits at Stony Brook and obtained the requisite grade point average in the class. Attainment of a degree with distinction is indicated on the student's diploma and their permanent academic record. The distinction of summa cum laude is awarded to students with a grade point average of 3.85 or higher. The distinction of magna cum laude is awarded to students with a grade point average of 3.7 or higher. And the distinction of cum laude is awarded to students with a grade point average of 3.5 or higher. The eligibility of our graduating students for these different degrees of distinction is also noted on the inside of the program. 15 of our graduating biochemistry students and 30 of our graduating biology students are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree with the distinction of summa cum laude. 13 biochemistry and 24 biology students are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree with the distinction of magna cum laude. And now, finally, we can add to this that 18 biochemistry and 52 biology students are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree with the distinction of cum laude. For those of you that are quick at math, you will realize this comes to a total of 152 of our current graduates that are eligible for a degree of distinction. I would like to now ask that all these students who are here with us today, and you know who you are, to please rise and be recognized for this achievement. Cum laude, magna cum laude. Well done, guys. Please be seated. Before we move to the portion of the ceremony where we present departmental awards, I would like to recognize some of our graduates for a very special accomplishment. I'm pleased to inform you that it was determined earlier this week, actually I think finalized at about 4:49 yesterday afternoon, as we needed to wait for submission of grades from the semester, that not 1, not 2, but 3 of our graduating biochemistry and biology students will be recognized with the Ward Melville Valedictorian Award in the main university commencement ceremony later today. This award is given to Stony Brook students that were admitted as freshmen and are graduating with the highest grade point average. Biochemistry student Renee Chen and biology students Peter Alsalam and Angad Singh are all graduating today from Stony Brook with a perfect GPA of 4.0. I would like to ask Renee, Peter, and Angad to please rise. Let's provide one last round of congratulations to these students, as well as to all of their classmates and our other previously recognized graduates for the success and honor that they bring to all who are associated with the biochemistry and biology degree programs at Stony Brook University. It is now with great pleasure that I invite Dr. Erwin Neiman, the chair of the Department of Biochemistry and Cell Biology, to come to the microphone to present the Departmental Awards for honors in biochemistry.
Good morning. So what we would now like to do is to recognize the students who will be graduating with honors in biochemistry. This distinction requires both a record of outstanding academic achievement as well as the completion of an honors thesis in biochemistry. The students who have earned this distinction are listed in the back of your program, and the full title of the thesis projects completed by these students is in the insert page in the Convocation program. So what I'd like to do now is to call up the 4 students who are graduating with honors in biochemistry that are here today to receive a framed certificate acknowledging this accomplishment. I'd like to start by asking Ilona Feder and Gabrielle Panicia to come forward. Ilona did her honors thesis research with Dr. Nurit Ballas in the Department of Biochemistry and Cell Biology. Gabrielle did her research with Dr. Lori Krug in the Department of Molecular Genetics and Microbiology. Drs. Ballas and Krug should come forward to present the students with their certificates.
Together?
I would now like to ask Jaron Thomas and Daniel Walacha to please come forward. Jaron did his thesis research in the laboratory of Dr. Todd Miller in the Department of Physiology and Biophysics. Daniel did his research with Dr. Chan Sekal in the Department of Medicine. Dr. Sekal sends his apologies as he's unable to attend today. Daniel's certificate will instead be presented by Dr. Bernadette Holdner, the Director of Undergraduate Biochemistry major. Drs. Miller and Holdner are already here.
Good job, man.
At this time, it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Robert Thacker, Professor and Chair of the Department of Ecology and Evolution, to come to the microphone to present the Departmental Awards for honors in biology.
We would like to recognize 14 students who will be graduating with honors in biology. This distinction requires both a record of outstanding academic achievement as well as the completion of an honors thesis in biology. These students are listed on the back page, and the full title of each thesis is provided on the insert page of your Convocation program. Each of these students will be called up to the platform to be presented a framed certificate acknowledging their accomplishments by a member of the faculty. And I'd like to start by asking Anana Ahmed and Peter Aslam to please come forward. Anana did her thesis research with Dr. David Mattis from the Department of Biochemistry and Cell Biology, and Peter did his research with Dr. Iwao Ajima from the Department of Chemistry. Dr. Ajima is unable to join us today as he is currently at the chemistry convocation ceremony. In his place, Dr. Nancy Hollingsworth from the Department of Biochemistry and Cell Biology, and one of the readers of his thesis, will present Peter with his certificate. Drs. Mattis and Hollingsworth, please come forward. I would now like to ask Emma Bonk and Kevin Catalan to come forward. Emma's research was done with Dr. William Collins in the Department of Neurobiology and Behavior, and Kevin's research was done with Dr. Peter Gergen in the Department of Biochemistry and Cell Biology. Dr. Collins sends his regrets, so Dr. Alfredo Fontanini, the chair of the Department of Neurobiology and Behavior, will present Emma with her certificate. Will Drs. Fontanini and Gergen please come forward? I would now like to ask Kelsey Hackett and Sarah Hayter to come forward. Kelsey's research was done with Dr. Peter Gergen in the Department of Biochemistry and Cell Biology. Sarah's thesis research was done with Dr. Liliana Davalos in the Department of Ecology and Evolution. Dr. Davalos is unable to attend today. She's already doing fieldwork this summer. And I'll, as the chair of the Department of Ecology and Evolution, I'll present Sarah with her certificate. I would now like to ask Hifra Iftikhar and Amanda Mulane to please come forward. Hira did her thesis research in the laboratory of Dr. Martin Kazoka in the Department of Anesthesiology. Amanda did her thesis research with Dr. Sharon Pochran in the School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences. Dr. Kazoka could not attend today, so Hira's certificate will be presented by Dr. Marvin O'Neill from the program in undergraduate biology. Drs. O'Neill and Pochran should please come forward. I would now like to ask Alexandra Narazinis and Radita Rakib to please come forward. Alexandra did her thesis research in the laboratory of Dr. Evangelos Koutchas in the Department of Applied Mathematics and Statistics. Radita did her thesis research with Dr. Alina Obaid in the School of Medicine. Dr. Obaid is unable to attend today, so Rakita's certificate will be instead presented by Dr. Peter Gergen, the Director of Undergraduate Biology. So Dr. Koutchas and Gergen should please come forward. I would now like to ask Sahil Rawal and Alopa Shah to please come forward. Sahil did his thesis research in the laboratory of Dr. Andreas Kaligoropoulos in the Department of Medicine. Lopa did her thesis research with Dr. Simon Halgua in the Department of Neurobiology and Behavior. These professors are unable to attend today, so in their place, Sahil's certificate will be presented by Dr. Peter Gergen, and Lopa's certificate will be presented by Dr. John True from the Department of Ecology and Evolution. So Dr. True and Dr. Gergen, please come forward. And finally, I would now like to ask Angad Singh and Trevor Van Brunt to come forward. And God did his thesis research in the laboratory of Dr. Srinivas Mayini in the dental school. Trevor's research was done with the supervision of Dr. Helen Say in the Department of Surgery, working in the laboratory of Dr. Lonnie Wolmuth in the Department of Neurobiology and Behavior. Drs. Miane and Shea should please come forward with their students. It is now my pleasure to ask Dr. Nancy Hollingsworth, the Professor of Biochemistry and Cell Biology, to come to the microphone to present the Erwin Auster Award for Outstanding Research in Genetics.
Erwin Auster was a geneticist who developed a genetic tool over 60 years ago that is still being used today by fruit fly geneticists the world over. This tool is the curly O multiply inverted balancer chromosome, and those of you who took Bio 320 know how useful balancer chromosomes can be for mutant screens and mapping genes. Elof Carlson, also a geneticist and one of Stony Brook's great teachers, trained together with Erwin Auster and endowed this award in memory of his colleague and friend. We honor their lives and work each year by presenting the Erwin Auster Award for Outstanding Research in Genetics. This year, the Auster Award goes to Gabrielle Panicia, I apologize, and I ask her now to join us on the platform. Gabrielle Panicia. Like Auster and Carlson, Gabby has shown outstanding commitment to research in genetics. Starting as a freshman, Gabby has spent the last 4 years working with Professor Lori Krug to use the CRISPR-Cas9n gene editing system to target and inactivate an oncogenic virus in vitro. She's received numerous honors and awards for her science and augmented her research experience at Stony Brook by summer internships at Brookhaven National Laboratory and Cornell Weill Medical School. In addition to science, Gabby has a passion for writing and has served as editor-in-chief for the Spoke the Thunder literary magazine on campus. Doing rigorous science and being able to write about it is a great combination and bodes well for Gabby's career as a scientist. With the National Science Foundation predoctoral fellowship in hand, Gabby will be joining the PhD program at Rockefeller University in the fall. Please join me in congratulating Gabby on this well-deserved honor. It is now my pleasure to bring Dr. Peter Gergen back to the microscope to describe the final group of departmental award winners.
Thank you, Dr. Hollingsworth. The Departments of Biochemistry, Cell Biology, Ecology and Evolution, and Neurobiology and Behavior are pleased to recognize several of our graduating seniors with departmental outstanding undergraduate achievement awards based on their numerous accomplishments as students, their contributions to science as researchers in the laboratory, and the invaluable assistance they provided as undergraduate teaching assistants in our classrooms. These students are listed on the back page of your program and will receive a certificate commemorating their award when they come to the platform to be recognized as individual degree candidates. However, we'd like to now recognize them as a group by asking each candidate to stand as their name is read and remain standing until all the names have been read. I would like to request that family members and guests and faculty too, please hold your applause until all the names have been read. The award winners for Outstanding Achievement in Biochemistry: Renee Chen, Janie Choi, Ilona Feder, Maitri Kale, Ryan Kawalerski, Annette Kuravilla, Gabrielle Panicia, Alexandra Peterson, Jaron Thomas, Daniel Woloka, Julia Montemage. In addition, biochemistry major Brian Ho, whose name was inadvertently omitted from the program. For Outstanding Achievement in Biology, the Bachelor of Arts degree program, Jordan Zhu. For Outstanding Achievement in Biology, Bachelor of Science with a specialization in developmental genetics, Mina Abdel Malik, Maria Gomez, and Erica Mong. Outstanding Achievements in Biology, Bachelor of Science with a specialization in Ecology and Evolution, Isabella Kernan. Outstanding Achievement in Biology, Bachelor of Science with a specialization in environmental biology, Amanda Mullaney. For Outstanding Achievement in Biology, Bachelor of Science with specialization in interdisciplinary biology, Christian Arti, Bursik Bas, Kiana Lee Chen, William Krugnola, Amgad Goprial, Georgia Ianetti, Hira Iftikhar, Carrie Iokalano, Sharon Lee, Julie Leong, Fatima Maksood, Joyce May, Dimitra Misak, Samantha Novotny, Camille Palar, Sagar Patel, Radita Rakib, Sahil Rawal, and Armand Shah. For Outstanding Achievement in Biology, Bachelor of Science with specialization in neuroscience, Emma Bonk, Krista Denman, Ava Gerba, Rohan Hofland, Rachel Kogan, and Timur Mukhammadov. And finally, for Outstanding Achievement in Biology, Bachelor of Science with specialization in quantitative biology and bioinformatics, Alexandra Naranzinas. They're all standing now. Please join me in congratulating them on their achievements. You can be seated. And now it is a distinct honor and my great pleasure to introduce the student speaker for the 2019 Biochemistry and Biology Convocation Program, Ms. Joyce May. Joyce is a graduating biology senior in the interdisciplinary biology specialization who's selected as the student speaker for today's event by a panel of students. Please help me welcome her. Joyce?
Good morning, friends, family, faculty, and most importantly, good morning, graduates! I know you might be looking at me and wondering, who's this girl with way too much energy at 8 a.m. before I've had my morning coffee? Why is she so special? What does she have to say? And to answer this question truthfully, I'm not that special. I'm just one of you guys. In fact, I really don't like public speaking, so if I stutter, I apologize. But as my journey as a Stony Brook student comes to an end, I started reflecting a lot on my past 4 years here. I thought about Bio 202 and how you needed to know not only why the right answer was right, but why the wrong answers were wrong. I thought about Bio 203 and how we needed to know not only the incorrect answer, but the most incorrect answer. I thought about Bio 361, where I just didn't know the answers. But through all this reflection, I realized that it's not the classes that's left the strongest impact on me. Rather, I learned 3 really important lessons that I'd like to share with you all as we move into the next chapter of our lives. So let's start with the story about a girl who hated Stony Brook. Now, I know hate is a really strong word, and I apologize to those who were sure of Stony Brook from the start, and especially to those who decided to transfer and join us. But if you asked high school me, I would not have said Stony Brook was my first choice. So from the get-go, I decided I didn't belong here. And when I got here, I told myself I was going to transfer. I didn't join any clubs or make any friends because I wasn't going to be here long. I still remember the days where I spent 95% of my time bouncing between my dorm and Javits 100. So obviously, I was miserable. And now I can't tell you what my life would have actually been like had I really transferred, but I think getting rejected was one of the best things that could have happened to me. In the words of Pixar's Up, I may not have gone where I intended to go, but I think I went where I needed to be. I decided that if I was stuck at Stony Brook University for my undergraduate career, that I was going to make the most of it. I was going to make the most of every single opportunity that Stony Brook had to offer. So I added an art history minor because I felt like doing something completely different. I started doing research at the Health Science Center to study pancreatic cancer. I joined a psychology lab to study the effect of hormones on aggression. I joined clubs. I joined Hall Council. And all of a sudden, I made friends. I felt like I belonged. I felt happy. And this is truly the first time that I've ever felt the meaning of the saying, life is what you make of it. So let this be lesson number 1. Embrace every opportunity, even the ones that you don't think you'll like. Lesson number 2, surround yourself with good people. I think back to finals week and how I had to wake up at 7 a.m. to go take my morning final after just a couple hours of studying, trudge all the way to the library to study all day, and go back to dorm late at night just to do it all again the next morning. And in these days of back-to-back studying and exams, my one solace was that my friends were sitting next to me. We didn't even need to be studying for the same final. And as my hand cramped while I tried to squeeze as many practice problems onto my physics cheat sheet as possible, just knowing that someone was next to me, suffering with me, and believing in me allowed me to keep going. Having someone there to rant to when I got overwhelmed, to pass me a tissue when I started crying, and to hug me when we were finally done with Hell Week, that made all the difference. And so to all my friends sitting out there today, we might not have it all together, but together we have it all. I love you guys. And honestly, this lesson applies not only to our immediate friends, but to our surroundings in general. So now I'm not sure how many of you are actually from New York City, but I read a lot about this specialized high school admissions test for high schoolers in New York City last summer. And while there's a lot of debate over whether we should keep the exam or cancel it, there's one line in one article that I read that really stuck out to me, that I think we can agree on, regardless of which side we stand on. The author wrote, "If there is a critical mass of achievement-oriented kids, it's going to have a positive impact on the rest of the student body. A student-driven culture of achievement raises everyone's game." And so thank you, Stony Brook, for pushing me to be my best. Yes, even the curve breakers and the aliens who get hundreds on Orgo exams, thank you. By the way, if any of y'all are selling Orgo mugs, I'm interested, so. But mug or no mug, the people here at Stony Brook have enriched my experiences in more ways than I could have ever imagined. And before you all fall asleep on me, one last lesson. Be thankful. This might be really cheesy, but life is really not a one-person journey. There are so many people that I owe my successes to. I want to thank all the faculty members and advisors for guiding me along the way and helping me grow as a person, and most importantly, for writing all those rec letters for med school applications that I procrastinated on. Thank you to all my friends for being unfailingly supportive of everything I do. And I want to thank my family for always being my biggest cheerleaders. Now, I know from experience that it could be really hard to say such sentimental things, but hey, today's a special day. So I challenge you to go home and say thank you to your family. And while I have the stage, I'm going to say it to my parents. Mom and Dad, thank you for always caring for me and supporting me. I hope that even though I don't always say it, you guys will always know that I love you. The irony... The irony of this situation now is that my parents don't actually speak English, so excuse me for a minute as I translate this sentiment. Mommy, Daddy, 你哋每次我有啲咩節目，你哋都會話唔嚟啦，都唔識聽，但係你哋每次都會嚟。好多謝你哋，永遠都咁支持我、照顧我。我希望就算我以後唔係成日講，你哋都會知道。Mommy, Daddy, 我愛你 I love you. And lastly, thank you, Stony Brook, for all the memories that I know I will look back upon years after I leave. I know college wasn't just rainbows and butterflies, but I hope the flowers remind us today why that rain was necessary. With that, congratulations to the Stony Brook Biology and Biochemistry class of 2019. We did it!
Okay, so now we come to the point in the program where each of our individual degree candidates will come up to the platform to be recognized. I'd like to start the festivities by asking Dr. Robert Thacker, the professor and chair of the Department of Ecology and Evolution, to come forward to help recognize today's candidate for the Master of Arts degree in biology and specialization in ecology and evolution. So Dr. Thacker, if we could please now ask for Simra Zahid, a candidate for the Master of Arts degree in biology with a specialization in ecology and evolution, to please come up and be recognized. Congratulations. So we have another master's degree program that we'd like to recognize. I'd like to ask Dr. Alfredo Fontanini, the chair of the Department of Neurobiology and Behavior, to come forward and to help us recognize the two master's degree candidates that are getting Masters of Science in Neuroscience. That would be Russell Vogel and Julia Tomasello, if they could please come forward to be recognized. Congratulations. Congratulations. So I'd now like to ask Dr. Aaron Neiman, professor and chair of the Department of Biochemistry and Cell Biology, and Dr. Bernadette Holdner, the director of the Biochemistry major, to come forward to help recognize and congratulate the degree candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry. So we will start by presenting the biochemistry banner bearer first, followed by the rest of the biochemistry graduates. The biochemistry graduates will be individually introduced by Professor Nancy Hollingsworth from the Department of Biochemistry and Cell Biology. Dr. Hollingsworth, please bring your group of biochemistry majors forward. While this first group of graduates is coming forward, I'd like for everyone to...
Sorry.
Hang on.
Sorry.
That professional photographers are here to document this moment for each of our graduates. You may notice that the ceremony is being projected on the Jumbotron screens in the arena. I'm happy to inform you that the ceremony is also being recorded. We fully appreciate the pride and excitement of our guests and certainly share these sentiments. It will be greatly appreciated by everyone in attendance today if all of our guests will be considerate of other members of the audience as each individual graduate comes forward to be recognized. Dr. Hollingsworth, take it away.
Ilona Feder. Saiful Basir. Shalina Begum. Maria Bettenker. Megan Bialdisali. Nicholas Bielke. L. Butler Basner. Justin Caloris. Joyce Che. Ting Ju Chiang. Janie Choi. Stephanie Corio. Stephen Davidson. Angelica Davis. Brandon Graham. Eric Glasser. Mitchell Goddard. Sri Charon Gumudavali. Elijah Har. Marina Hanna. Sasha Hernandez. Brian Ho. Maethri Kale. Lindsay Marie Carl. Ryan Kowalewski.
Thank you, guys.
Annette Kuruvilla. Stephanie Lee. Benson Ling. Elison Lewis. Raika Mahmood. Jason Merlin. Phoebe Miranda. Julia Montemage. Karis Moore. Melanie Ng. Kyle Pasia. Gillier Jan Pagaspas. Gabrielle Panicia. Sarab Patel. Shreya Patel. Dimitri Perdick. Alexandra Peterson. Evan Platten. Nicholas Puleo. Gregory Cavedo. Christina Rombaran. Knuckle Rao. Bipra Saha. Irene Sajan. Leanne Santori. Samantha Shabelli. Ariana Sturgeon. Zane Sullivan. Ishan Tawari. Jaron Thomas. Daniel Walacha. Jeffrey Wong. Ivy Wu. Jason Yu. Gabriela Zarankov. Kevin Zhang. Lubin Zhu. Ling Zhu. Meha Hossein.
So it's now my pleasure to ask Dr. Alfredo Fontanini, Professor and Chair of the Department of Neurobiology and Behavior, and Dr. Peter Gergen, the Director of Undergraduate Biology, to come forward to help present and congratulate the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees in biology.
So the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees in biology will be presented in 3 different groups and individually recognized and congratulated for their awards and accomplishments. We will start by presenting today's student speaker, and the biology banner bearer and the first group of biology graduates who will be introduced by Professor John True from the Department of Ecology and Evolution. Go in the front.
Joyce May. Angad Singh. Ryan Abuchakra. Sohaib Aga. Adam Ahmed. Unona Ahmed. Tanya Akhtar. Brendan Elerte. Peter Al-Saloom. Ariana Ambrosio. Nishat Enanya. Abisha Anastan. Chelsea Apia Kubi. Ashlyn RDT. Christian Artie. David Asharov. Maheen Atik. Elisa Barroso. Lisette Batista. Alejandra Becerra. Bianca Benayoun. Vikrant Bhatnagar. Roman Bogomalny. Emma Bonk. Shireen Bukhani.
Says hi.
Monique Brutus. Jonathan Buranek. Brandon Burrell. Benicio Cabrera. Christopher Castaneda. Aaron Kastner. Kevin Catalan. Femi Chan. Naisa Soraya Charles. Nandini Chatterjee. Eric Chang. Joshua Chi. Andrew Chen. Kiana Chen. Michelle Chen. Anish Cherian. Elena Chin. Olivia Cupo. Arda Dalkier. Salvatore Del Prince. Alexa DeManuel. Krista Denman. Deanna DePoe. Justin Devaraj. Kayla Diedrich. Cassie Donahue. Sydney Diaz. Miriam El-Hawari. Malika Amin. Kimberly Escandon. Luis Espinoza. Sunjin Font. Thomas Farquharson. Jocelyn Fernandez Mancia. Gina Flores. Emily Fowler. Benjamin Fudge. Kelsey Marie Garcia. Yaslin Garcia. Maura Gavin. Burley George. Tanisha George. Amgad Gopriel. Anik Golder. Alexa Gombert. Maria Gomez. Ricardo Gonzalez Argodi. Ava Gerba. Brittany Grovale. Jennifer Guevara. Becky Guo. Nisa Heather. Kelsey Hackett. Marjan Halimi. Hussein Harb. Shane Harris. Sarah Heater. Laura Herrera. Soraya Holmes. Haohua Huang. Georgia Yannetti. Essa Ibrahim. Omar Ibrahim. Hira Iftikhar. Kari Iokalano. Isosa Iroa.
Thank you, Dr. True. The second group of biology graduates will be introduced by Professor Sangeet Honey from the Department of Molecular Genetics and Microbiology. Dr. Honey?
Eric G. Yang. Liji Elizabeth Joseph. Jaehoon Jung. Nili Karates. Brett Keeler. Amanjeet Khak. Hira Khan. Samara Khan. Ashley Kim. Owanate Kio Amiofori. Mitchell Klaas. Rachel Kogan. Suzanne Kostruski. Kevin Kunz. Sheena Lamba. Nikki LaRocca. Anne Lee. Yan Ming Lee. B. Sarata Lekperai. Anastasia Levy. David Lee. Z. Lee. Irene Lee. Kevin Livingston. Caitlin Longren. Nicholas Lukides. Tuskin Lockman. Sarah Malik. Omar Siam. Fatima Noor. Nicole Paul Alu Kingul. Fatima Maksud. Anika Martin. Margot Martin Dupre. Erika Mong. Anjali Isadora May.
Get one of these too. Congratulations.
Liam McCarthy.
Congratulations.
Casey McCarnell. Srishti Mehta. Victoria Mikros. Alexander Miles. Shayer Mirza. And Jarlene Mora. Jessica Morales. Batul Mubashar. Timur Muhammad O. Amanda Muleni. Samantha Musiel. Hugo Mudge. Dimitro Misak. Asim Nadeem. Amir Nasiri. Alexandra Niranjinis. Ivana Newvin.
Congratulations.
Julia Newvin. Jessica Norete. Samantha Novotny.
Congratulations.
God's Time Watu Ugu. Bruno Kiwiki. Lauren Opuki Kisi. Daniel Owusu. Aibuke Ozari. Nurai Ozada Mir. Malik Padalin. Ashley Pegnota. Camille Palar. Mazard Park. Sai Pallati. Jinho Park. Akshani Patel. Krupal Patel. Nehal Patel. Sagar Patel. Flor Perez. Stephanie Pierce. Juan Pizano. Aditi Prabhu. Brandon Prashad. Thomas Quinlan. Seema Ramjit. Ridata Rakib. Sahil Raval.
Congratulations and thank you.
Stephen Randino.
Congratulations and thank you.
Smarni Melissa Rivale.
Congratulations.
Emily Richters.
Congratulations.
Thomas Rigby. Ornella Riquelme. Judy Rodriguez. Joshua Royland. Mackenzie Rothschild. Ahuja Ahidi. Nurin Nishat. Sadaf Zora. Ruhana Du Odin.
Congratulations. Thank you, Professor Honey. The third and final group of biology graduates, Alfredo, will be introduced by Professor Matthew Schmidt.
Shafkat Salam. Ashley Sanford. Natalie Sangasland Kast. Cole Savasta Roof. Juliana Searson. David Sevencan. Erman Shah. Lopa Shah. Zachary Shaps.
Moving too fast. Congratulations.
Furba Sherpa. Keepa Sherpa. Sharifa Simon. Sarbdev Singh.
Congratulations.
Darian Sorori. Princess Spencer. Matthew Stout. Yokying Sung. Wali Saeed. Abir Tahir. Destiny Terry. Michael Thompson. Sophie Thorpe. Gordon Toe. Chun Se. Stephanie Toomey. Chidima Ude Abala. Trevor Van Brunt. Miriam Velsimi. Alexander Whittle. Alicia Wong. Kalesti Wong. Cody Wong. Helen Wong. Edward Yang. Jamie Zaffos. Joton Zoe Jiang. Yuchen Jiang. Jordan Zhao. Sophia Thapa. Mashal Zadran. Amber Fatima Zahir. Simrat Kaur. Enrique Granda Dueñas.
Saving the best for last. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Schmidt. So we're now very close to the conclusion of the 2019 Biochemistry and Biology Convocation. I would like to now ask, as soon as we finish over here, we're going to have the candidates for the Master of Arts in Biology, the Master of Science in Biology, the Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, the Bachelor of Arts in Biology, the Bachelor of Science in Biology, and the biology minors to all please rise. Everybody, up. Congratulations to each and every one of you. In recognition of your achievements, please turn the tassel on your cap from the right to the left. Congratulations, you did it. All right, so class of 2019, I think your family and friends just set a new record, so congratulations to you all. This brings us to the conclusion of the 2019 Biochemistry and Biology Convocation ceremony. Congratulations once again to the graduates, their friends and families. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us on this important occasion, and now ask that the audience please remain in place until the procession departs. For those that will be attending the main ceremony in Laval Stadium, the biology and biochemistry students will be lining up just outside the sports arena. We look forward to seeing you all outside. It's a beautiful day, and congratulations again. Let's hit it.